It's been a while since we've recorded over the holidays. So Missy and I have forgot how to podcast.
Fully forgot how to podcast. I'm just staring at the screen going, what happens now?
It's nice to see you at least.
Yeah, it's nice to see you too.
Why are we doing a video? Well, we were in the studio today to do a podcast recording with Kara Harvey, who has a new book out. Well, it's coming out in late January, but her electricity's out. Kara, hope you're okay. And so Missy and I were just here in the studio and figured while we're here and somewhat dressed, we kind of match. Show everybody your shirt again. I just think your shirt.
Yeah. I gotta adjust. Overthinker. And then the cuffs say breathe in, and I can't find it. Breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out.
I love that.
It's a good reminder, especially because it's currently the holiday season.
Oh, and in honor of the holiday season, we had been sharing in our Facebook group, our private Facebook group, as well as on our other socials, that we are doing a giveaway of the Self-Love Workbook for Women, which is by Megan Logan, who we loved. What episode was that again, Missy? 43?
Episode 43. So if you haven't listened to it, go listen to it. She's so smart.
She is so smart. And Missy and I tried to become her business managers, and we feel like she needs to do a TED Talk and be like a nationwide roadshow, but she wants to just stay home and take care of her patients. And
imagine that.
I know she doesn't want a TV show or anything, but
her patients are lucky people.
I know. Oh my gosh.
Lady knows her business.
Exactly. And so this is such a great book, and we are kind of on this mindset. I don't know, Missy, are you on this journey with me where I'm like, New Year's resolutions are great, the idea of goal setting, but I'm like, I think we all get so disappointed when we don't achieve a goal, or we feel like we can't be happy until we reach this goal.
Right.
And this book is all about, don't worry about the resolution. Your only resolution is to shut up the mean girl in your head that is telling you that you need to hit some milestone before you can be happy. And that's a bunch of BS. And this book will help you get to a place where you can actually be like, that's right. It's not just someone telling me that. It's like you actually feel it. And
my mean girl's been so loud this week after seeing photos from Thanksgiving.
Oh,
very disappointed.
You know what? We took family photos for Thanksgiving. Oh, yeah. I have not seen them yet. Our friend Liz McGuire, who's an amazing photographer,
she's so amazing.
We met with her last week, and so we had the whole family. And she's like, "Do you think it'll take 30 minutes or an hour?" I was like, "Let's take an hour." And I think we used like an hour and a half. So thanks, Liz. But I gotta tell you, my sister-in-law, who's gorgeous. I mean, like statuesque, gorgeous, just beautiful, shiny hair. Like both of us spent the next hour after we were done with the photos being like, my pants look funny, my sweater was this, my my this was this, my hair was doing this. Oh, I wish I hadn't eaten all that pumpkin pie. And I'm just like, and then both of us realized that the fact that I was looking at her like this beautiful goddess of a woman, like, and I was watching her with her kids and just being beautiful and gorgeous. And she was seeing the same thing in me. And we're like, we are so ridiculous. Like the guys weren't thinking about that. They were just eating their chips
the guys think they're awesome.
or they were thinking that they weren't feeling comfortable enough to say it. I don't know. But I mean, so anyway, I need to take a deeper dive into this.
I really should be spending a little time with it every evening. Cause I mean, she's my inner mean girl. Between that and then some of my other goals that I just have not accomplished this month, because it's been sort of a crazy month, and my inner dialogue has not been kind to me, which is why I put on this shirt today. Like, breathe in, breathe out, you're fine.
I like it. Okay, I needed that reminder too. So yes, but we're giving away a copy of this, but you got to be pretty fast. It is today is the deadline, November 30th. I will tell you though, you've got really good odds because I've learned this a long time ago. Any type of like, if there's a blogger who's ever like, enter to win this gift basket from this sponsored post or whatever, enter to win. I've pretty much been like a 50% odds of winner.
Right? Because people don't enter.
They don't enter, or they're busy, or just they don't think they're going to win, so they don't do it. Or they read the thing and they're like, that was nice. I don't really need the gift basket. But and even if you do not, if you already got a copy of the book, or you just want to buy it yourself, you don't want us to ship it to you because you don't want us to know your address because we're kind of weird.
But we're also really lazy, so we're not going to mail you a bunch of stuff. Don't worry.
We're just going to mail you this one thing.
We're not going to use your address for anything good or bad or otherwise. We'll forget.
But the only thing you need to do is go and I'm going to try to show how to do this. I do the
Yeah.
Apple Podcasts. So you go and find our little podcast. Don't ask why I have two of them.
That's a
It's a
complicated
podcasting
podcaster
thing.
thing. Yeah.
But
I
if
was gonna
you
look for
you
Spotify.
boop on it and you scroll, 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 boop, 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 all the way down,
Way,
and
way
then
down.
you see ratings and reviews. Look at, we are a 5-star, and I cannot actually click on the stars here because I'm not allowed to rate myself, I don't think.
Yeah.
You don't even have to.
Find
There's such
Spotify.
nice reviews in here. The podcast is like sitting around having coffee with your coolest girlfriends. Did you write that one, Missy?
Yeah,
I love it. But you don't even have to
amazing.
write anything. That's what I get a little intimidated to do, book reviews and all that kind of stuff. Because I'm like, I
Yes.
need to have the most perfect combination of words to express what I feel, but you don't. You can even just boop the stars, hopefully 5. If you want to do less than 5, then no, thank you.
No,
I'm
thank
just
you. Yeah,
kidding.
don't do it.
No,
Let's
you can
moving
rate us
on.
however you feel we are deserving. You can review or just rate. And after you are done with that, just go either to our Facebook and DM us, or you can email us at, what's our email? Info at
momandpodcast.com.
podcast.com, and just
Yeah.
say, I did it, or whatever. Just
Yeah.
because, or if, I don't know, some of these names are pretty obvious who they are, but just in case the name that your review goes
Right.
under is under like Fluffy Kitten
Mhm.
33, like we'll be like,
Podcast
who's
Lover
that?
81. Yeah.
Exactly. Just so we know that it's you, the one. And we only have 17 ratings there, so
We need 100.
your odds are pretty good. Yeah, we need 100. And I know you're like, oh, what's in it for me? Well, first of all, you could win the book. Yay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. But there are so many. If you're enjoying the podcast, we hope you are. If you're listening to this, you're probably enjoying the podcast. And there's others who could benefit from it. And the internet world does not make it really easy for people to find podcasts, especially when there are so many huge ones out there, and they do not really even show podcasts within like sections, podcasts for parents, podcasts for moms, or whatever, until you get 100 ratings.
Yeah.
And we are at 17. And we know we have thousands and thousands of downloads. So we know there's more than 17 people that listen to the podcast.
Or there's 17 of you re-downloading over and over again, in which case, talk to us. You're doing it wrong.
I don't know what's happening.
Thank you so much to the 17 of you.
I know, you're so enthusiastic. But anyway, so yes, if I know it's kind of a pain. You're busy, but just like seriously, while you're already listening to us, just scroll down to the bottom there and just boop the stars, and then just shoot us a note and say, I did it. Let me win a book. And then
and I think on our Facebook page, you can also give us stars.
You know what?
And leave a review. And if you do that, it counts, right? Like we would count.
I think it does. Yeah, you can do that. Except for I went and looked. We had 2 5-star reviews on our Facebook page, and I went and looked at them, and they are people trying to sell crap. So don't do that.
Well, thanks for the reviews. We're not buying it, whatever, unless we like it. I don't know.
I know if it's relevant, but no, they were spammers. So yeah, give us some legit. We would like some legit reviews.
Legit reviews, please.
And if you are someone who has a way less than 5-star review, do send us an email and let us know why.
Yeah. Don't click the stars, but please reach out to us.
We're open to constructive criticism, but please don't blow our stars.
Right.
But no, we'd love to hear. Or even if you did a 5-star and just wanted, hey, I want to hear more of this in the year ahead, because we're already planned through January.
I think our Tipsy Ellipses episodes are planned pretty far out, and then our regular episodes at least through January.
Yeah, so we're already planning. So let us know if there's stuff you want to hear more of or less of. So yeah, but in the meantime, today is the last day to enter to win this workbook, because we're going to be talking about lessons from the workbook in our Mom and Community private Facebook group, which if you are searching for that, pretty much anywhere you search for us, you search for Mom, AND spelled out. But just because we like to complicate things, our private Facebook group, you will search for by doing Mom space and then the ampersand.
Yeah.
Or make it super easy on yourself and just go to momandpodcast.com, and we've got links to all the
Yeah.
places there.
That's how I get there half the
I
time when I
know,
need
so
to get
do
there.
I. I'm like, I don't want to remember how to type things. So yeah, just
Yeah.
you can find all the links to all the stuff there. But yeah, go. We've had a bunch of people joining actually the past couple days. I'm
Yeah.
really excited.
It's been exciting.
So we're going
So
to
I
be
hope they're
talking.
joining because they're excited for book club. I mean, I hope they're joining because they want to hang out beyond that, but it would
Just
be
yes,
great if we had some good book club discussion.
yes, and I know, and I think depending on Megan's schedule, she had sounded open to like popping in here and
Mm-hmm.
there to maybe either answer some questions or maybe we really wanted to, we still have not confirmed this, do like a, what was it called? Vision boarding. She likes to do the
Yes.
New Year's vision boarding. We have not asked Megan about this yet, but maybe we'll do it even if she can't join us. But yeah, we're going to be talking about a lot of the points in here. It's super helpful if you do have the workbook because in honor of copyright laws and all those things, we're not going to be like just laying out exactly what's in there, but just more talking about the overall topics and some of the exercises that were the most helpful to us. So
yeah,
definitely if you want to join that discussion, you don't need the book, but we do highly recommend it. We do not get a cut of it. And as we learned in our episode with Megan, she no longer gets a cut of it either. Because publishing deals can be a real kick in the butt
a little
sometimes.
Weird.
But so yeah, this isn't even a sales pitch for Megan, except for the fact that she's an extraordinary person, and we're trying to get her to like be the next Oprah. But other than that, any purchase of the book does not help us, does not help her, but it will
goes to the publisher.
Help. Yeah, congratulations to whoever, Rockridge Press, who's like number 15 on all of the Amazon lists. But it will help you. So
and I mean, Rockridge Press had the presence of mind to know Megan was amazing. So we'll give them that.
Yeah, and I think their thing, I kind of dove into them because I was like, well, that seems like a smart idea. But I think they do that. They find experts in all these various categories and have them, which is kind of nice because I don't think, and I'm hoping Megan will work on her own book because she is so focused on her day-to-day patients that, you know, it probably took a publisher to come and be like, you are so good at this. Like, let's get this.
Write it.
Let's get this to a broader audience where, you know, maybe she would have just been like with her day-to-day clients, which she, like I said, we've tried to propose all kinds of wonderful ways that we could try to
she keeps going, I'm happy.
Yes.
I'm happy. I like what I'm doing. Which is
I am aware of my self-love and what my boundaries are. And she's like, and I need boundaries for you two who are telling me that I need to do more stuff. But yeah, so I highly, highly recommend getting the book for yourself, not for us, not for anybody else. But I think it'll be a fun discussion I think we said we were going to start doing it on December 15th, but we're probably going to just start earlier because I think we need it.
Maybe.
I don't know.
We should revisit our calendar.
Or maybe today, because if you're already breaking out the inspirational sweatshirts, Missy, I feel like we could all use a little self-love. We're releasing ourselves.
It's the perfect month to do it because I feel just like there's so much for everybody to focus on and it's endless lists. And the feeling I have most Decembers is one of failure, not massive failure, but, oh, I'm late with my Christmas cards. Oh, I have, there's just like, I haven't finished buying gifts. I need to schedule time with these people. I should probably take care of myself. Like all of this is going in my head all the time. Shouldn't myself all over the place.
Stop shoulding yourself.
And it's just, I don't think I'm alone in that. It's a crazy, crazy time of year. And if we gave ourselves some grace and a little bit of self-love, then it might be a better month.
I think so. And a better year because like I said, if you are trying to set intentions or goals for the year ahead, I think we have learned through the past year of interviewing coaches and learning all these lessons, you want to set goals for the real you. And for the things that are really important to you, not the things that maybe you are doing for others or the things that maybe you think you should be doing. Because what we talked about before, it's like reorganizing a refrigerator full of spoiled food. Like, no, you got to get rid of all the moldy
They are.
strawberries instead of just letting
Mhm.
them take space up in your crisper. So, do you put strawberries in a crisper? Maybe that's my problem. I
I
don't,
don't.
I don't know what I
I
do.
don't.
In any case, I think taking the time to join us in the group, talk about the exercises in the book,
Mhm.
and really get set on just being happy with where, not happy, but loving where you are and loving yourself through where you are and getting a better idea of who you are and what you really want before you try to set a bunch of goals that
Yeah.
don't actually apply to the things that are truly important to you.
Yeah.
So let's get
Yeah, and I
smart
hate the
about
idea of
this.
resolutions because they are basically you're resolving to fail because
Yes.
they just set you up for this expectation and it's ridiculous. But if you give yourself a good foundation of really knowing who you are and loving that person, I think the rest will fall into line. At
Yeah.
least that's what we've heard from the
Because what are
brilliant
the
people we've
resolutions?
interviewed.
The resolutions are usually eat
Lose
healthy.
weight, eat
Yeah.
healthy.
Yeah. Eat, hey, I'm going to exercise more.
Mhm.
I'm going to, yeah, it's mostly that, I would think, right?
Yeah.
Or
And
I'm
I
going to
do a
get more
lot.
organized.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. Like, I'm going to make sure I stay on top of whatever thing it is that I have not been on top of, or I'm going to meditate every day. And the day I don't meditate, then I feel like a failure and that's it. It's so
Yes.
silly.
Yes.
So silly.
Which makes me, oh, I was really looking forward to our interview with Kara Harvey. Kara, get your electricity back on, girl. I really
Yeah.
needed to talk to you
Yeah.
today because her book that we're going to be talking about, it'll be the end of January when that episode airs. But I think that book is going to help people get some of those systems in place
Yes.
as far as like, okay, once you figure out what you do want to do, here's how to get them organized, here's how to prioritize them. But I think really we do need to spend like this next month or two until that episode just really getting a hand, first of all, having that grace like you were talking about,
Hmm.
being nice to ourselves, training the little voice in our head to
Hmm.
behave, and getting in a place where we don't have to make resolutions or feel like we have to hit a particular goal to feel good
Yeah.
about ourselves. I mean, I think
Yeah.
that's the
I
net
want to
net of
learn
it.
to talk to me the way I talk to you. Like, I
You
would
should, because you talk to
tell
me so
you
nice.
I would never tell a friend the things I tell myself.
I
Never.
know. I know.
Yeah.
Okay. I think we need to start this book immediately. I think, okay,
Yeah.
everybody just go to the group.
Go now,
And we
immediately.
are going to start immediately.
Although
And
I won't be there today. Maybe late tonight. I won't be there today.
well,
So
I don't
I
know.
got
I'm not just going to sit there
finished.
waiting, but we'll we'll start some
Yeah, and if you show
discussions
up and
there.
we're not there, like we'll be back.
Yeah. So, but you'll know by tomorrow whether or not you won the book, and then
Okay.
buy the book because we're going to be talking about it.
Yeah.
And like I said, I even though Megan isn't getting any more money for this book, I still want to honor her publisher and the people who went out of the way to put this book
Yeah.
together. So we don't want to infringe on any copyright or anything like that.
Mm-mm.
So,
Mm-mm.
so get the book if you really want to deep dive into it with us, or we'll just kind of we'll skim the fringes together in the group.
Yes.
And then people can bring other ideas that they have too about things that they've
Mm.
done that have worked, or maybe just bring up some questions that we can take to Megan. We got the inside track with her, so maybe we
Mhm.
can bring her in for a discussion for anybody who has any specific things that they're having extra challenges with. So yeah,
Yeah.
go review us, y'all, because then everybody can find us and
Yes.
just
It's
let
such an
us
awkward thing to ask people to do.
know.
Like I feel really weird doing it, but it's so helpful. And it does take, I mean, really, the 5 stars takes less than a second.
Yeah,
And then if you want to write something nice, you can.
you can
Um,
just say hi. No, I know.
but it does thrill us to death, like to no end. When we see something new pop up, we're like, we share it with each other.
I
Sometimes we share it on our
know.
socials.
Ooh, hey, here, let's tell people things that they could write. Let's give them some ideas.
A little script.
Hey, Suzanne,
Suzanne and
why don't
Missy
you dry
never
your
seem
hair
completely crazy.
Hey, Suzanne, why do you always wear the same shirt to record your podcast?
I really do have a rotation of like 3 shirts that are my
I
podcast
know.
shirts.
I
They're
know.
comfortable. They don't itch or pinch or anything. And I just know that I can throw them on.
Well, I don't know.
That's my podcast
I love
clothes.
your new sweatshirt.
Yeah,
No, I
this
do
is
have a
new
few
to
of
the
those too.
rotation. I love it.
And
Ooh, are
then
we gonna look, listen, learn a little
oh
bit?
crap. Okay, yeah, we are gonna have to edit
I
this. This is gonna
pulled
end up
this
being
up,
an
and look
hour
what I did.
episode that we
This
just
is
popped in.
pretty. Like I totally pulled it up and pulled my whole face in. Oh god.
I'll edit that. Here, I'll do one for you. Oh shoot. Okay, so what were my look listen? We had our look listen learns ready for our episode with Kara again, who is electronically challenged today in the sense that she has no
So then we have to come up
electricity.
with new ones when we do interview
We
her.
will have to watch. She scheduled it for tomorrow.
Like,
Okay.
I learned nothing new.
No. Okay. So okay, give me a minute while I pull up my little thing that says what my look listen learns were. It's the Beatles anthology. What's it called?
Oh,
Get Back.
Something back.
Get Back, I think it's called. This is me trying to remember things without my notes. So it's the new Beatles anthology, which I still haven't quite figured out how there are like hundreds of hours of never seen before, like videos and recordings of the Beatles putting together this album. I mean, it's so bizarre. You are just right there. It's like watching a reality show. It's so current in the way that it's recorded. It's like if someone had decided they wanted to record the Beatles in 2021. Like, I feel like it would look very much the same way. So it's so bizarre in that sense. And it's also just really interesting. Like one of the quotes was, "Oh, wouldn't it be really funny if 50 years from now people are joking about how Yoko broke up the Beatles because she sat on an amp?" So I don't know. I haven't got to that part. That's just in the trailer. But I was like, "Oh my god, that's so funny!" Like we're telling the future.
No kidding. They knew what was coming.
But it's also really cool. My daughter and I were just talking about on the ride to school today about, for creative people who just think that like these brilliant people just like, things just spill out of them, entire books or entire songs, to watch them struggle through like, hey, I kind of have this melody in my head, and like the four of them just start throwing stuff together and they're trying to figure out a word that rhymes with something, and they're like, oh, what's a state? And then, the Midwest. So it's just really funny to watch. First of all, kind of how arbitrary it is, because I always assign such deep meaning to things like, oh, like this must have come from this deep story and then it welled out of them.
And they sat under a tree and created this.
And it was very much just like, I don't know which rhyme, what rhymes with that.
Yeah,
and they would just throw, and like just guys from out in the hallway would be like, how about this? And like, and it's just, so, I mean, and it was very interesting to see how collaborative it was. Although I am really getting the feeling, even though I'm sure there was a time when it was John Lennon and Paul McCartney, but Paul McCartney is just like, he's like, hey, and he's just, while everybody else is eating lunch and stuff, he's like, hey, I just came up with this song. Hey, and it's amazing to watch his mind work. And like one of the first episode, John Lennon was late. He was always late, apparently. They kind of gave him grief like every day. Yeah. Like sometime between 10 and 11, he'll show up. And so he was just sitting there killing time and basically came up with, I can't even remember what song it was, because there were so many of them just flying around. Anyway, highly recommend.
Good. I had seen a couple clips floating around and I was like, I don't know if I'm going to watch the whole thing, but now hearing that, I'll put it on the list.
So interesting. Yeah. Highly recommend for the whole, well, maybe not for the whole family, because they drop a lot of F-bombs and there's a little bit of so maybe not with the younger kids. My 16-year-old's watching it and really enjoying it though. What about you? Here, we'll alternate. I have another one, but I need to remember it, so go with yours.
Okay. Well, it's funny that you're talking about the Beatles. I have something that's not quite that far back, but I'm in the Wayback Machine lately. I found by accident, flipping through the Hulu one day, that they have Designing Women.
Oh my gosh.
Do you remember Designing Women?
I do.
And I was like, I'm just going to check it out. I haven't seen it since probably 1991 or something. And I have, over the last few weeks, probably watched 2 full seasons.
Oh my gosh.
It's like, it's not the kind of thing that you have to sit down and focus on. I will turn it on while I'm doing, like yesterday I had it on while I was putting Christmas decorations up. But I love watching their clothes, their hair, the furniture around them changes because they're decorators, so the furniture will change. So it's like this little time capsule of the late 80s, early 90s.
Yes.
And I'm loving it. The storylines are, some of them are really good actually, and some of them are shockingly current. And so I will watch it and I'll think, I can't believe that's the discussion. We're
Yeah.
still freaking having that discussion. They talk about
Mm.
feminist issues, gun control, drugs, sex, like all of it comes up, handled in a kind of late 80s, early 90s way, but it
Yeah.
is still, we're still having the same issues. We're still having the same discussions. Some of the people they bring up that are in politics are still in politics. So it's sort of fascinating to look at that little piece of time and
That
think about where we are now.
that's really interesting because that came up in that Beatles documentary too, like that Get Back. It's called Get Back, right?
I think so. Yeah.
Get back to where you once belong. Like that was just kind of get back. You know, like he was just singing it, and someone had the newspaper, and it was about how they were saying that there were too many immigrants coming into Europe. And so he's like, "Oh, what about like get back like to your country? Like let's make a political statement about it." And so it's like, "Oh, this guy comes from Pakistan. Send it, get back to where you once belong." And I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And they were talking so much about same kind of thing. It's like
Same
we're
stuff.
just
We're still
dealing
having the
with the
same damn discussions.
decade after decade. Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
my, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So I recommend it
I might
because
have
it's just
to
tons
add
of fun.
I don't think I
It's
watched.
so much fun. I watched it when it was on. I remember loving it. I mean, for different reasons. I was younger, but
Yeah.
um
I don't think I
I
watched it
loved it.
originally, although I do. It's, I think, become such a part of pop culture. Like I feel like I've seen it because references
Yeah.
to it, or people will share like a particular episode or a scene from an episode,
Yeah.
and I'm like, oh. So and
Yeah.
I loved Annie Potts. She was on there too, right?
Oh, yes. I
Love
love Annie
her.
Potts. And I mean, Jean Smart,
That's
who's,
true.
it's so
The
fun to watch her.
Genaissance.
Yeah. And her husband, who passed away last year, is also on the show. He's Annie Potts' boyfriend.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. So it's fun to watch that, like knowing who I didn't know who all those people were, when I was a kid. But watching all those interactions is kind of cool.
Oh, I love that. Okay. Let's see what else. Oh, this was exciting because this is your fault. I have been obsessed with the book Push, or
Oh,
The
yeah.
Push. Is it The
The
Push or
push.
Push?
The
The
push.
Push. And you were like, I don't know if you want to read it. It's pretty dark. And I'm like, yay. Like, and I was
Yeah,
just
like it's dark.
in. I was in, and I could not stop listening to it. And I mean, I was finding all these excuses to like, oh, I better go fold the
I,
laundry again.
I love
Like,
that.
I don't know. So I've just been listening to that. And also I've listened to 2 other books last week. So I've had like 3 books this week, and I'm starting to get them all mixed
Ooh,
up.
that's good.
But I
How'd you have
said,
time to listen to books with your family in town? Or is that what you did when you needed a family break?
I no, I would take a walk, or I do it when I go to bed. I like listen for about a half hour before I go to bed. Or when else was I
And you
listening
don't
to
fall
it?
asleep? If I start
No,
listening
I
before
totally
bed,
fall
I'm like,
asleep.
yeah.
No,
I have
and
to
I'll
set the timer so the
yeah.
book doesn't play for a
Yeah,
long
I
time.
set the timer, and then I will wake up in weird like I'll have a headphone in one hand, and I'll be like,
Yes.
"Where's the? I don't even know where my phone is." But so I finally got back to listening to some podcasts today, and I went to go listen to one of my favorites, which is Glennon Doyle's "We Can Do Hard Things" or
Yeah.
whatever it's called.
Mm-hmm.
And her guest was Brene Brown. I was just like, "What?" And it's a two-parter. So I finished the first part, but I
Oh,
was like,
okay. I haven't even started
seriously,
yet. I'm
that
actually writing
was
down to
like,
remind myself to do it.
yeah, that was like my dream combo of like if they could have just smushed Oprah in there or whatever, like that would have blown my mind.
Yeah.
So that, and I've always kind of wondered like what would happen if you put the two of them together, like with the like
Right.
I
Would the
feel
world
like
just go
the power of the sun. But anyway, so that made my morning. So I took a little extra walk today to make sure that I had time to listen to that whole
Then you get more
episode.
steps in there too.
I know. And the dog's like, "Where are we going?" Like,
I don't know, but we can't go until this is over.
it's so funny because when I look at, we can see statistics from our podcast as far as like if people stopped after a certain percentage or
Oh, right.
whatever. And I never take it personally. First of all, we have really good all the way through rates. Good job for y'all,
Good job,
because
listeners.
I know you even make it through like the end credits. I do end so many like at 75% or at 30% because I listen to a lot of hour-long podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
And, if I have a half-hour walk, if I whatever. And so I always try to remember that, to be like, no, it doesn't mean that they stopped and they were like, this is no
I'm
good
never
or
listening
whatever.
again.
No,
Yeah.
but I mean, that's because so I was like, okay, I am not going to stop halfway through. So that's why I did
Yeah,
a
I
little
mean, it
extra
can
walk.
take me a full week, of elapsed time to listen to an hour-long podcast, just
Yeah.
if I'm listening in, the little short minutes I have, because I drive a lot, but not very far.
Yeah.
And a lot of times I'm not by myself. So I only have a few minutes in the car by myself.
Yes. Did I tell
Yeah,
you
it
my
just
car
takes a
died
while.
yesterday?
Yes.
So yeah, I had to get my car towed. So that kind of threw off
That's
everything.
super
But
fun.
I
Uh-huh.
know. But thank goodness for
Changes your day.
Volvo. For 4 years, they like send a tow truck and they took care of everything. It was done within a day and boop boop free. Pick it up. Yay,
Awesome.
Volvo. But then after next year, I'll have to get AAA back. Meh.
Will Volvo still come get you? You just have to pay for it?
I don't know what the deal is after 4 years. I'm sure like in about 6 months, I'm going to start getting emails every
Right.
day. They're
Yeah,
like,
this is going away. What do
yeah,
you want to
would
do?
you like
Yeah.
to continue your extended warranty or
Yeah,
whatever?
I would. I really
Hmm.
would.
Because it really came in handy yesterday. But thank goodness, because I had my brother and his family. We went down to Zilker Park, and it was
yeah.
like it looked like a clown car. We had everybody in there, and then I
How'd you
also just
fit everybody in there?
because it has a third row.
Yeah, but still well, I guess
We used
eight.
we
Yeah, I
used it all.
used every.
We used it all. Except for Chris didn't go with us. So we had one extra human spot. But
Oh,
then I
okay.
was like, let's bring Daisy too. So we brought the dog. And then as we were leaving, Zoe had gone downtown to meet up with a friend to buy socks. And I was like, I wonder if she's done. So like I'm like calling like and she needed a pickup. And I was like, I'll go get her. Like, who else can we put in here? And then I took my brother to the airport and came back, and then it never started again.
And then
So
it was
thank
just worn out.
it was. I think it was just like, seriously, like, no, no.
Done.
But thank goodness it didn't happen. I'm just picturing what would have happened, like if it happened at Zilker, or
Right.
or when I was picking up my daughter at the Starbucks, I decided to pull up in the W's valet parking and
Oh,
just be like, I'm just here for a second. Just leave me alone. Can you imagine if it
nowhere to
died?
park.
Oh my God, it'd be $400 to just be in the W's valet parking for a
Yeah.
weekend. But yeah, thank goodness for good timing. It's inconvenient. I'm being my gratitude practice today
There you go.
is to be grateful for conveniently
Lots to be
located
grateful
car
for.
breakdowns. So yes.
Yeah.
All right. Do you have any more look, listen, learned?
I don't think so. Did I say where this came from? I can't remember.
No, you didn't. You
This
told
was
me,
my
but
look.
no, tell the
Okay.
peoples.
So this shirt, the Overthinker sweatshirt, and then she has a lot of other fun ones too, is from See the Way I See. So we'll put the links in.
Cool.
But I found her on TikTok, which is my favorite. I mean, really, sometimes I don't have a look, listen, learn because all I watched in the week was TikTok, or all I listened.
It's such a good thing I don't go there.
Bad.
I am way
so
too
bad.
addicted
I have
to do that.
Definitely like I have to limit my time, and I know like I can watch TikTok while I drink my coffee.
Yeah.
And that's it. But yesterday I was like, ooh, this coffee's taking a while to drink.
That's like
Extra
me.
slow.
That was me listening to the push this weekend. Like, oh, I gotta chew this yogurt so slowly.
Yeah, I had to like get a grip yesterday and be like, that's it. You're done. The coffee's cold. You've been dragging it out way too long. Let's go. But yeah, to set some rules.
Back to this self-love message. It was interesting when we were interviewing Megan Logan about this. We had tried to tag her on Instagram. She's like, I took down Instagram again because I was like thinking about what my intention was when I posted the picture, like what I was really trying to get out of it. And just for like the week after her episode, she put it back on to promote the episode. And then I went to go tag her yesterday. She's gone again. She's gone again. So I just love herself. First of all, her self-awareness about the fact that she does not want to become the TED Talk like extraordinaire, or like at this point in her life, that's not what she wants. But then also just to be so in herself to know like, what is my intention when I'm posting that picture? And do I feel good about that? Like, is that helping support self-love, or is that like doing something external? And so, I think the answer for a lot of us is similar to hers, but she's like one of the few people who
She's
actually acts on it and does something about it. So don't go looking for Megan Logan on the Instagram because she's gone. I don't think she's on social media at all.
I don't know that she is either.
So that's even more important to go listen to her on episode 43 and find her. So that was a really good one, and she's amazing. And get the book, and we will let you know tomorrow if you win. But that means you have to go. Don't even have to review us. You don't even have to make up any words. Just go click on the 5-star. Click on the 5-star.
Yes.
And that's all you have to do. Well, no, then you have to let us know that you did it. Because if you just click on the stars, it doesn't give any kind of idea associated with it.
Yeah.
So just click on it and then shoot us a note. Put it on our Facebook, do whatever. Just be like, I did it. And then we'll add you to the list. And then my son will ceremoniously in a randomized drawing. Yeah, he's very good at it. I don't know that it's legal as far as contests are concerned, but it is randomized. We don't pick any favorites. So, all right. I think that is it. How did we make an episode out of like what was supposed to be a 2-second promo?
We're gifted.
We're gifted. We're gifted. Gift of gab. Well, I gotta go edit this then.
Yeah, now you can edit it. It might take a few minutes since we talked for a while.
I can't wait to see how long this was. Okay. You were supposed to be using this time to go do swim things. So go do swim things.
Yeah, I gotta go order some food and get some donation stuff organized and
Okay, go do it.
Yeah. All right. I'll see you later.
We're gonna have a little bonus episode that's the size of what our regular episode.
A normal episode.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
Talk to you later.
Bye.
Thank you so much for joining us for the Mom and ... podcast. We hope you enjoyed today's show, and if you know someone else who could benefit from the episode, please be sure and share it with them. And while we're begging, please subscribe and rate us wherever it is you listen to podcasts. You can find links to all the things we discussed today in our show notes or over at our website, momandpodcast.com, with the A-N-D spelled out. In between shows, find us over at the socials, including our private Mom and Community Facebook group. The links to that group and all of our socials can be found at momandpodcast.com. Thank you so much for your support. We appreciate you more than you know. Now go out there and make your ellipses count.